Witzig ist, es hat ja einmal durch Zufall funktioniert. Deswegen, I don't know. Ich bin auf jeden Fall da hochgerannt. Aua. Ah, they are devouring that thing, huh? Perhaps I could lure all those butterflies here to clear this path. Ah, okay, okay. Ja, dann lass mich aber nochmal umbringen, weil jetzt weiß ich ja endlich, wohin damit. Aua. Hä? Hallo? Ich muss das anklicken. Wow, das ist ja mies. Hä? Hä? Also jetzt ist es echt lächerlich. Okay. Ja, also... Ich check's nicht. Nun. Ich glaube nicht, dass es so gemacht werden sollte, aber hey. Ja, yeah, ein Mushroom. Noch einer. Uah. Warum? Warum? Es macht keinen Sinn. Okay. Okay. Ich habe noch nicht gecheckt, was genau ich da jetzt tun muss. Ich soll die dahin locken, ja. Was ich drücken muss, was ich genau ansprechen muss. I don't know. Das hier. Maybe, maybe not das hier. Maybe das hier. Ja. Vielleicht muss ich da einfach reinlaufen und... I don't know, ich weiß es nicht. Es kann aber eigentlich doch nicht sein, dass ich mich dafür selbst verletzen muss, oder? So. Kann ich diese Kerze hier anzünden? Nein. Okay. Ja doch, ich muss mich scheinbar dafür selbst ver... Das ist doch dumm. Na gut, wenn ihr meint. Ich speichere mal. Living Hallowed Copay. Okay. Aua. Aua. Oh, nee. Gut, dass ich gespeichert habe. Muss mich mehr aufladen, glaube ich. Also mehr essen. Das sollte reichen. Hä? Wie jetzt? Hä? Aber. Ich habe doch zwischengespeichert, oder nicht? Habe ich nicht? Weird. Ah, ich habe ja die ganzen Sachen aufgehoben. Hä? Wie wild ist das denn? Lauf! Oh, we did it. Dafür sind wir fast tot. Ist hier oben noch irgendwas, was wir essen können? Oh. We golden maidens aren't to be sneered at. You'll understand in time, I'm certain. Why would you say that? My, you can't possibly think he'll give you his blessing. I was told otherwise. Oh, such naivety. How amusing you are. I can't wait to welcome you. What an infuriating character. Leather purse. Okay. Haben wir irgendwas, was unsere Herzen auffüllt? Und... Das ist nicht viel. Aber es rettet uns zumindest für den Moment. Ja. Oh. Alles nochmal. Obwohl, wartet, was liegt denn da? Wir müssen doch nicht nochmal machen. Die fliegen einfach weg. Sieht aus wie eine Puppe von uns. You've come to me at last. Don't be frightened, Elise. Come closer. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das tun soll. Oh, what? Das ist unser Kopf. What in the Lord's name? You've done well to find your way into these woods. It's imperative, Elise, that you listen to me closely. He's once more trying to take you away from me, but not for long. So habe ich meine Köpfe gern. Ja, oder? Serviert in einem Korb. Huh? Take this basket now. You ought to gather the gifts in it, Elise. The gifts, you say? Find your way to him deeper into this grove of mine. Only then may your wish come to fruition, my beloved. What are you? I will guide you to him, Elise. You ought to trust my word. Das ist wahrscheinlich die alte Frau, oder? Your precious wish will be safe with me. How am I to find him? You, Elise, are my kin, my triumph, my beloved progeny. What he's done to me is no matter. All I want is you. Straw Basket. Nice. Das hat wenigstens Stil. Ja, ne? Ja, da ist sie wieder. I will allow him and his pets into my woodland once more. Huh? I will allow him to tempt you to toy with you. What are you? All of the great good, my beloved. So that we can be reunited. So that I can bear life in my womb once more. Ew. I need to get out of here. So I can retrieve what's mine. Das war knapp. Das habe ich zu spät gecheckt. Shoot! Warum geht's da nicht lang? Oh, shoot, da geht's auch nicht lang. Das ist der mies. Müssen wir es jetzt immer wieder angucken? Oh, wie nervig. Huch, nein! Ich habe die Feststelltaste gedrückt. Das kann man nicht skippen. Oh, no. Na toll. Au. Ah, ich sehe nichts. Oh nein. Es ist jetzt schon furchtbar. Okay. Ja, das wüsste ich auch gern, du. Hallo, Spiel? So. Ach, das ging ja nicht. So. Run. Oh, gut, shoot. No. Oh, no. Wo lang? Oh, shoot. Kann sich nur um Stunden handeln. Ah. Ach, da ist der Aus... Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, shoot, wie gemein. Oh, ich sehe schon. Ah. Was? Fröhlichen Nikolaus, Weihnachten und gutes neues Jahr? Hä? Wie kommst du denn jetzt da drauf? Ach so, weil es so lange dauert. Ja, so lange dann auch wieder nicht. Hoffe ich. Dup, 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 dup. Und Ellis Lauf. Oh oh. Ah! Ah! Oh shoot. Oh! Haben wir es geschafft? Wir haben es geschafft. Oh mein Gott, mein Finger. Ausgerechnet mein kaputter Finger, der da leiden musste. Stunden, Tage, nein, wir haben es geschafft. What in the Lord's name? What was that thing? I need to get a grip and go home to Rosemary. Unlock gifts, but a basket. Use the basket menu to check on your progress, gathering the tender flesh, sweetest nectar, and good company. Make sure you've put them all in your basket before the end of the week to meet him and grant Elises wish. Okay, das heißt, das Spiel geht genau eine Woche durch. Wir sind jetzt am Montag. Okay. Flocke, what are you doing here? Oh God. I thought you'd be in the granary or out and about. Goodness, I don't feel so good. What is it, Flocke? I don't like the way he's staring at me. What are you... Elise! Rosemary! What are you doing here? Flocke! I was out on a walk. This late at night? What is it, Flocke? Come, let's go home, Rosemary. I don't want to stay here a minute longer. Ah, Elise, wait! Dienstag. It's morning already. I suppose I really did go to the woodland, didn't I? I don't know what to think of all that, but both Rosemary and the old hag, neither were lying, it seems. I ought to pull myself together. It's best I head out to work for now. I'll lose my wits if I keep. Rosemary und Flocke, what are they doing out there? Nun, das werden wir jetzt wohl herausfinden. Wir sind halb tot und verhungert, aber sonst geht's uns gut. Fireflies? Hä? Hi Fireflies. Okay. Aber die bleiben da drin. Die sind einfach schon da. Okay. Haben wir schon ein Ending erreicht? Nee. Hätte sein können, dass wir inzwischen ein Bad Ending erreicht haben und ich habe es nicht mitbekommen. Okay. You two are always making merry, huh?
Good morning,
Ah,
Elise.
good morning, Elise. Good morning to you too, Flucker. I picked some mushrooms this morning. Elise, we can have them for breakfast. Say, Rosemarine, you put Flucker away in the granary last night, right? Of course, I think he's taking a liking to it too. I always leave the door a little ajar, just in case. Is that so? Is everything alright, Elise? You seemed to be on edge last night too. It's nothing, Rosemarine. I had strange dreams, it's all. I know you went to the woods, Elise. You don't have to tell me about it, but you know now, don't you, that I'm speaking the truth? Elise. Anyhow, come along, let's head to work. You're taking me to town? We have to stick to our story, don't we? Come now, let's head to town. Wait for me, Elise. Okay. Oh, weia. Party Talk. Ah, das ist der Basket gewesen. Okay. Okay. Wir müssen rausfinden, was da reingehört. Wir essen mal diese Pretzel. Head to Kieferberg. Meet Lebkuchen in the village. Meet Rosemarine at the crossroads. Later. Okay. So. Ah. Haben wir noch Geld? Nee, das haben wir alles ausgegeben. Oh, I've heard all about you from Lebkuchen. It's a pleasure to meet you, Rosemarine. Ah, thank you. You two ought to come by later. I'll keep a couple of loaves for you. Oh, you don't have to, Granny Gretel. Why, yes, I do, Elise. Thank you so much. Oh, you're the sweetest little thing, aren't you? Well, we'll drop by later then. Don't work yourself into the ground, you hear? Okay. Where's everyone? Oh, do folks usually gather here? I wonder if something happened. Come now, Rosemarine, we must find out what's going on. Yes. Party-Top. Wo kann ich das benutzen? Whatever. Find out what happened. Oh, Elise! Mr. Eugene's horses got stolen. What? Is this true, Mrs. Marielle? I'm not a liar, Elise. Yes, I'm afraid it's true. Everyone's acting strange, Elise. That's natural, my dear. This isn't something to take lightly. I even heard some folks say they were hag-ridden. Hag-ridden? You shouldn't spread such nonsense about town Grüne. But old Jochen said the horses were stolen by the witch. Oh, for goodness sake. The poor lad couldn't be more heartbroken. For good reason. Go on now. I'm looking after the children for the time being. Okay. Hey, ihr zwei, kann ich mit euch nicht reden? Doch. Na komm. Hallo? Elise. Rosemarine. Good morning, Freya. Lebkuchen. You've heard, I'm assuming, about Mr. Eugene's horses? Oh, it's been awful. Everyone's been on edge. Folks don't know what to do with themselves. Good reason, I'd said, but Mr. Eugene was so invested in this business too. Old Jochen's foolery isn't helping anyone, I can already tell. They were hag-ridden. Something tells me you know what that means. Lebkuchen? Of course. It's when... Oh, she wouldn't know Lebkuchen. I'm saved. I suppose not. What a way to start the day. I think I'll take a look about town. Better be careful, Elise. Folks are getting rather nervous about this. I get it, Lebkuchen. I'll be careful not to rile them up. Okay, was ist denn unsere Task gerade? Find out what happened. Okay. Oh, I wouldn't know about that, Dorothea. There you are, you two. We can always ask Elise Brunhilde. Ask me about what, Mrs. Dorothea? Oh, but before we do, have you heard, Elise, about Mr. Eugene's horses? I know. Oh, the poor lad. To think my father's name is compromised too. Mr. Bernard's? Someone put one of the horse's saddles on one of my father's pigs, Elise. It's a sick joke, that's what it is. Sounds like it from what I'm hearing. Oh, Elise, you are leaving Kieferberg, aren't you? Maybe one day, Mrs. Brunhilde, but are you? We've been discussing the idea as a matter of fact. Oh, how could this happen to us? Ooh. Taking Eugene's horses was too cruel. I wonder who could do such a thing. The poor lad was just getting this business started too. Hard to believe he'd provoked any kind of ill will. I doubt any of our townfolk could do such a thing. I agree, Heinrich. I've heard Lisbeth's goats aren't doing so well either. All right, well, we'll go have a look. Keep calm when it comes to old Jochen, Elise. He's very much convinced this was the witch's doing. Just what we needed, isn't it? Come, Rosemarine, let's go to the stables. Good day. Und da geht's nicht zu den Ställen. Gut, dass wir das vorher rausgefunden haben. Ought to let them know, oughtn't we, Marlene? If this is about the horses, it goes further than that, Elise. Whoever took Eugene's horses broke into the pigsty. Took our pig, saddled him like a horse, and locked him in the stables. Can you believe such a thing, Elise? A A wild prank, that's what it is. I need folks to know Bernard had nothing to do with this. All of Kieferberg knows you would never do such a thing, Marlene. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. We'll see where this takes us, I suppose. Thank you, lass. What in the Lord's name is going on? Ja, das wüsste ich auch gern. So, was geht hier ab? There you are, you two. You are not looking so cheerful, Mrs. Lisbeth. Oh, it's difficult to stay cheerful with all these goings on. It's so unfortunate. You have to wonder who'd do such a thing. It can't have been easy, that's for certain. Now Lisbeth's goats are feeling ill too. Oh, Ariane. I'm at such a loss. Oh, feeling ill, Mrs. Lisbeth? The milk's giving off this foul smell since yesterday. Their eyes are looking glossy too. I don't know what to think of it. The only one who could lend me a hand is Eugene, but you wouldn't want to trouble him, I see. It'll be fine, my dear. We'll have a word with Father Hans, all right? Okay. Ah, here. You two have heard, I'm sure. We have. Though we are trying to figure out what happened. I'm ruined. That's what happened. As I said before, Eugene, we will do all we can to help. We'll gather the lads and send them out to patrol the outskirts. Are we absolutely certain that they were stolen? About that, Elise. Those horses were hag-ridden, I tell you. Not this nonsense again. I tell you, lad, there's a witch in Kieferberg. Even if they were hag-ridden, and who would you say that is? Ich sag mal das. It's still a sad day for Mr. Eugene, old Jochen. This isn't the time. I'll ask you not to try folks' patience, old Jochen. Yes, or anyone else for that matter. Witch or not witch, folks. Someone had to do it. No two ways about it. Without as much as a trot or a knee. All there was when I got here this morning was Bernard's pick in the saddle. Don't rope me into this, lad. I already told you I had nothing to do with this. Who am I to blame then? The witch? Let's keep calm now, folks. Eugene ist irgendwie cool, aber irgendwie auch komisch. Can't fault the poor lad for it, can we, folks? Finn, Guido, and I will take a look around the outskirts. I'll go with you, Gustav, and we should ask Eugene if he'd like to join us too. Is there any way we can help, Mr. Gustav? Keep folks calm, Elise, and go about your day as you normally would. Leave it to us, lads. We'll get to the bottom of this. Folks truly are on edge today. Ought to be careful with what I say about town. Okay. Came to join our search party, I take? Oh, I don't think I would be much help. I was wondering if there was anything I could help with. I appreciate the thought, lass. We are at a bit of a loss, you see. How so, Mr. Heinrich? We can't put our finger on where to start. And we wouldn't want to search Kieferberg. Last thing we want is to get under folks' skin. I understand. We should search as far and wide as we can. No two ways about it. Even if only a couple hoof prints, we ought to find something. Maybe the Lord hear you, Heinrich. You don't seem too hopeful, Mr. Eugene. Proper stallions don't vanish overnight, lass. Whoever did it knew exactly what they were doing, I'd say. Okay. Wo geht's hier nochmal lang? Ah ja, genau. Okay, was haben wir für Task? Meet Rosemary at the Crossroads. Das müssen wir zuerst machen. Auch wenn wir kein Geld haben. Und, ja, fast tot sind. Aber ich muss sie daten, okay? Das versteht ihr sicher. Ach, nicht du schon wieder. Aber wir haben, was wir brauchen. It's you. Pretending not to see me, but where are you? For goodness sake, Maggie, I don't have time for this. Give me the grape juice, Elise. I didn't have breakfast today. That's it. I'm telling your auntie you are begging for food again. Oh, but I'm not begging, Elise. I saw you have a goat now. Why? Am I not allowed to have a goat? Golly, Elise, you're dirt poor. How would you get your hands on the goat? Why you? I see we have an understanding, Elise. Now pass the grape juice or someone's getting an earful. Nein, hä? Ich will ihr das... Back. Aha. Das wollen wir ihr geben. Here you go, you glutton. Dare tell anyone about the wretched goat and I swear I'll... Oh boy. You're so generous, Elise. I can't believe that this is working. Why you? I would have started blackmailing you a lot sooner if I'd... Out of my sight, Mindy. Bring me some Lebkuchen tomorrow. Oh. Won't you? Go away. Ob wir das zusammenkriegen? For goodness sake, she's going to work me like a donkey at this rate. Dafür brauchen wir 30, aber... Also 30 Taler, aber wir wollen uns ja auch noch mit Dingens treffen. Ah, Elise, do you know any other way to tell, I wonder? Tell what, Mrs. Brunhilde? Whether she's having a boy or a girl, Elise, she's been keen on finding out. A little too keen, to be honest. You are making too much of it, Ariane. It's harmless fun, that's all. I did it too when I was expecting Apfel. I can't say fortune-telling is ever a good way to pass one's time. Oh, I would never. Would it count as fortune-telling, Mrs. Ariane? How doesn't it, Elise? Oh, that reminds me, Dorothea's done it just recently. Said the water turned out clear, which would mean it's a boy. You children don't know when to stay put. Ah. Wow. Ah, there you are, Elise. Goodness gracious, Odelie. Mrs. Odelie insists the horses were hag-ridden, Elise. We've been trying to bring her to reason, but... What reason, lass? Give it a rest, Odelie. Old Jochen's beyond reasoning with everyone can see that, but you... Let's suppose the horses were hag-ridden. Oh, Elise, you shouldn't entertain this nonsense. What would you suggest we do? Why, we pray to the Lord. What do you expect the Lord to do about some witch? Elise, we really shouldn't be trying Mrs. Odelie's patience like this. She's got a frail heart. The Lord ought to protect us, lass. St. Walpurga's blessing is upon us too. Would this happen if that were true, Mrs. Odelie? Oh, what are you trying to say, you? All right, that's enough, you two. It's best you move along, Elise. Oh no. Habe ich wohl das Falsche gesagt? It's rather strange, I must say. Elise, is everything all right? Oh, you haven't heard. There was a thick fog about town last night, you see. I didn't notice it either, I ought to say. Fog, you say? I wouldn't have given it much thought, but it's perfectly possible whoever took Eugene's horses made use of it, you see. You are starting to sound like Mrs. Odelie, Mrs. Mechthilde. Oh, don't you ever say such a thing again, Elise. It's best I got Mrs. Mechthilde. You know where to find me should you need me. That said, you'd best keep your distance from Odelie, you hear? Old Jochen too. There's no need to tell us, Mrs. Mechthilde. Oh ja, true. Make certain you find them, Gustav. Easier said than done, father. I'm not too confident we'll find them, to tell you the truth. Eugene needs our support, folks, no matter the outcome. You won't find a thing, I tell you. And you would know, huh? Why wouldn't he? It's horses we're talking about. They couldn't have flown away. Nonsense. They were heck-ridden. Do try to keep calm, old Jochen. The lass is right, old lad. Horses can't fly. Even if we don't find them, there has to be something. You said you weren't confident you'd find them, Mr. Gustav. Thieves don't usually leave their plunder out in the open, do they? We must make every effort to fix this, Gustav. I understand, Father. Nice. So, speichern. Und jetzt zu den Crossroads. Wir müssen zu Rosemarine. Ah, nee, zu dir wollen wir nicht. Oh, was geht hier ab? You got brains, Tristan. Right here, no need to fret. Thinking of helping us out, Elise? I don't think I could be much help, but if there's anything else, I just laugh. You best leave this to us, Elise. Eugene and Heinrich are taking the time, aren't they? Give the man a moment, Tristan. The longer we wait about, the less chance we have to finding them. Though, it was most likely just some tasteless prank. Who do you think did it then? Now this kind of talk won't take us anywhere, lads. We are not even sure we'll find anything out there. Noon. There she is. Ah, I'm so glad you came, Elise. Anything to get me out of that rat hole. And to think I have to deal with those folks all day. I can lend you a hand, Elise, whatever you need. That aside, Rosemarine, what was it you wanted to show me? Ah, this is somewhat embarrassing, but... Look at this, Elise. A pine cone. That's what you wanted to show me. Ah, it's more important than you think. This pine cone is my treasure, Elise. What? Granny gave it to me when I was little. Your granny, huh? So lang hält es? I understand how she feels, I suppose. We are just the same as this pine cone, Elise. How am I the same as a pine cone, Rosemarine? Ah, I promise there's proper meaning to what I'm saying. Alright, alright. Our time here in this realm is rather limited, isn't it?
Now that you mention
I suppose. You see how the pine cone is covered with scales. If you think of it as yourself in your life up until this moment, you can understand how each scale represents something, right? I see. Your experiences and dreams and the things you hold dear, all those things are just the same as the scales on this pine cone. Rosemarine, there are times when one falls off or gets damaged, and you don't feel as whole anymore, but you learn to be without it and find that losing one doesn't mean. Voll interessant, weil ich letztens erst was Ähnliches gelesen habe. Lasst mich mal schauen, das habe ich einer Freundin geschickt. Und zwar... Das Leben ist wie Jonglieren. Einige der Bälle, die wir in der Luft halten, sind aus Glas. Wenn man sie fallen lässt, zerbrechen sie und man kann sie nie wieder ganz reparieren. Sie stehen für die Gesundheit und die Familie. Andere Bälle sind aus Gummi. Wenn sie runterfallen, springen sie einfach wieder hoch. Wenn man glücklich sein will, muss man also herausfinden, aus was welcher Ball besteht und die aus Glas zur Priorität machen. Das fand ich so cool. Das habe ich irgendwo gelesen. Ich mag solche philosophischen Sachen. So, okay. Weiter geht's. You learn to be without it and find that losing one doesn't mean that you lose all the others. Oh, Elise! Oh, this pine cone is the representation of my path. It represents you, Elise. Stereo, du bist schon auf Platz 16. Nice. Das sind 67.000 Leckerlis. Wow. I've been meaning to tell you all about it for so long. Oh, for goodness sake. All these scales represent the path I've taken to reach you. And now that I'm by your side, I feel whole like never before. You see what I mean, don't you, Elise? I do. Oh, I'm so glad I could finally tell you about it. Flocke is one of these scales too. Did you know that he's... Das einzige Leckerli, das ich brauche, streamt gerade. Oha, ich bin doch kein Leckerli, ich bin ein Hundi. Ich esse Leckerlis. Breathe, Rosemarine. You make me whole, Elise. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Aw, süß. Oh, don't get flustered. I'll get flustered too. Shush! Shush it, you. Come on now. We ought to head back to town. Ja, wir müssen Geld verdienen. Before we do, Elise, won't you meet me at the viewpoint tomorrow morning? Alright. I'll be spending all my time with you at this rate. Oh, if you are too busy then. For goodness sake, Rosemarine. Oh, wait. Elise. Yes. Okay, wir müssen auf jeden Fall Lebkuchen verdienen bis zum nächsten Tag. Ob ich mir das merken kann? Ich weiß nicht. So. Also. Miet Lebkuchen. Ja, das wollen wir nicht. Wir helfen jetzt Dorothea oder Bertha. Wir brauchen echt Geld. Was ist mit euch? Oh, what am I to do? Mrs. Lisbeth. You've heard, I suppose, about the goats, about what old Jochen said, too. I don't think I have, Mrs. Lisbeth. I don't know what to do, my dear. My goats are so ill, I don't know if they'll make it through the night, and old Jochen came by and called Mama a witch. Oh, he's unbelievable. Poor Lebkuchens tried to defend me, but... Lebkuchen? Father Hans sent her back to church for defending Mama. Also, Father Hans sent her back to church for defending Mama. I'm at a loss, my dear. I don't know what to do. I'm going to have a word with Father Hans and old Jochen for you, Mrs. Lisbeth. No, Elise, I already feel bad enough for poor Lebkuchen. We are not witches. I know, Apfel, I know. No, die Babys. Hier sind noch mehr Babys. Oh, go away, Elise. What's gotten into her, Jakob? I don't really know. I think it's because of the goats, but it's not because of the goats. What is it then? I'm not telling. Keep it yourself then. You're just afraid of the witch or something anyhow. I'm not afraid, Elise. Elise, no one's afraid of the witch. See, it's Jakob who's afraid, not me. Jakob? You'd best ask Mr. Tristan to check under your bed tonight, you hear? You never know where the witch might be hiding. I'm going to tell my mama. No, wait. I am. I'm going to tell my mama too. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, no. Ja, das war nicht so cool. Hoppla. Oh, I've had it, Mechthilde. All that fretting is of no use to Kieferberg, Odelie. You too, Elise. Huh? You've come to mess with me again, I know it. I've never gone out of my way to mess with you, Mrs. Oldley. It's no use, dearie. Oldley's going on about this all day. All of Kieferberg thinks I've lost my mind. Well, let me... Not this again, Oldley. You need to look after your health, Mrs. Oldley. You'll see, both of you. Okay. Oh, 9. Out with it, Mandy. I swear I didn't eat it, Auntie. Help me out of here, Elise. Tell Molly to give... Also, help me out of here, Elise. Tell Molly to give me back the cheese she took. Cheese, Mrs. Lorelei? But I didn't take anything, Auntie. It's spoiled Macy. Niemand kennt ihren wahren Namen, oder? For goodness sake, I can't let you eat that. Oh, but I only eat a little bit. So, you did take it, you. Give it back right this instant. Let her eat it, Mrs. Lorelei. She'll learn her lesson. Not a chance, Elise. She'll already mucks about all day as is. I can't let her get ill. I'm not mucking about, Auntie. What would you say you're doing then? Why are I making certain we can eat all this cheese? Oh, for goodness sake. Elise, I was meaning to tell you. Oh, what now? Is everything alright, Elise? Out with it, Rosemarine. What happened? I saw a birdie hopping about, is all. For goodness sake. My, you are on edge today, Elise. I know, Rosemarine. I'm sorry. No, that's alright. I'll make certain I get you some more mushrooms for supper tonight. Okay. Wir machen jetzt aber erstmal Tasks. Wartet. Ich will erst nochmal mit denen da oben reden. Ah, how glad I am to see you, Elise. How can I help, Mrs. Dorothea? I'd be very grateful if you could collect some eggs. Ja, gleich. Okay. So. You oughtn't to spread such nonsense about town, Wilhelm. Why, I don't think our lass here would agree with you, Father. Me, Mr. Wilhelm? Don't mind him, Elise. He wants to send word to Primeldorf. Send word to Primeldorf? About what? Why? To find out if they've seen the horses, of course. I don't think that would sit well with Eugene, Wilhelm. He wouldn't want Primeldorf folk to know. Could hurt his business. Bah, you folks have no vision. Maybe, but I wouldn't appreciate it if you keep to yourself on this matter, Wilhelm. It's not as though I would gallop there anyhow. Okay. Jetzt können wir das machen. Okay. Do you need Rosemarine's help? Nein, sonst werden wir sterben. Wir schaffen das allein. Wir sind ja schon groß. Chicken Frenzy. Two, one. Au. Hey. Nein, du solltest dich hier umdrehen. Nein, was machst du, Elise? Die dreht sich nicht sofort um. Interessant. Okay. Ah. Konzentration, sagte sie und verkackte. Aber wir sind auf Rang C. Oh no. Naja, besser als nix. Wir haben es geschafft. Ah, there you are, Elise. That's so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. It was no problem, Mrs. Dorothea. Oh, this will bring us so much comfort after a day like today. So, wir müssen jetzt ganz dringend noch mehr Geld verdienen, weil wir diesen Lebkuchen brauchen. Und wir müssen auch noch selber was essen. Oh ja, Mist. Gibt es irgendwas, was sie tun können? Nein. Gut, dann reden wir mit den Leuten und machen dann Aufgaben. The poor lad's defeated, Ludwig. Even with his horses. It's so ill it won't be of much use for a long time. Heard old Jochen lost his mind for good, Elise. Well, I wonder what's gotten into the old lad. He's always been rather ill-tempered, but old folks sometimes take a liking to superstition, Bernard. As for you, lass, you'd best keep busy until the festival. What do you mean, Mr. Ludwig? I fear old Jochen's going to start looking for the witch in Kieferberg. I'd keep out of his way as much as possible if I were you, Elise. I suppose you may be right, but what a mess we found ourselves in. Nearly time to head on home, isn't it? I still have a little while longer to go, Rosemarine. Hey, Elise, I've been thinking. Wouldn't it be nice to bring Flocke to Kieferberg? Rosemarine? For the ladies. I've heard about Mrs. Lisbeth's goats and her children, and Flocke loves to frolic about. He could bring some cheer to town. I can't afford the goat, Rosemarine. Oh, but Flocke was never... These folks can't handle a pair of shoes, let alone a goat. I see. I understand, Elise. Flocke is to be kept as far away from Kieferberg as possible, understood? Alright, Elise. Okay. Ist hier unten irgendwas? Hä? Was ist das? Oh. This is the only peaceful place left in town, isn't it? I think you're being a little too dramatic, Mrs. Brunhilde. Dramatic, Elise. Elise. All of Kiefer... Wahrscheinlich ist Elise sogar richtiger. Ach, so richtig, weil es ja in Deutschland spielt. All of Kieferberg is losing their minds. That's true, but still I wouldn't. Oh, this can't be good for me, for my baby. Have you decided what you are naming them? Not yet. I'm afraid I can't seem to settle. Ah, speaking of which, Elise, what do you need, Mrs. Brunhilde? My, how did you know? But anyhow, won't you have a word with Mrs. Lorelei for me? About what, Mrs. Brunhilde? Oh, she'll tell you, I'm certain. Oh, okay. Da bin ich ja jetzt mal gespannt. Müssen sie erstmal finden, ne? Who are you? Ist die das? Nee. Doch. Say, Mrs. Lorelei, I was just with Mrs. Brunhilde and... Good grief. Is everything alright, Mrs. Lorelei? That lassie's losing her wits over her baby, Elise. Tormenting me night and day for advice. I see. I should never have told her I used to be a midwife. She said you'd know what she wants to ask, Mrs. Lorelei. She's been struggling with lower back pain, Elise. Tell her to have Guido massage her lower back or something. I couldn't care less. Huh? What are you looking at me like that for you? No, it's nothing. I've told her everything I know at this point. What else am I to do? Oh je. Dann gehe ich ihr das wohl mal sagen. Was? I've already spoken with Mrs. Lorelei, but... Oh, let me guess, Elise. She said to ask Guido to give me a massage, didn't she? What in the Lord's name is going on between you two? I'm sorry I troubled you, Elise. All I want is some reassurance. This is my first child after all. I understand, Mrs. Brunhilde. Oh! Cool, wir haben dafür was bekommen. There's no need, Mrs. Brunhilde, for your trouble, lass. It's the least I can do. Oh, how am I to settle down when everyone's on edge? Aww. Okay. Was wollten wir tun? Genau, wir wollten was essen und dann nochmal eine Task erledigen. Oh, was geht hier ab? Seems like they are back from looking for the horses, but horseshoes scattered about, you say. Found them just past the logging grounds, but why in the Lord's name would anyone remove horseshoes? I wouldn't want to lend weight to old Jochen's nonsense, but... Wake up, lads. They were hack-ridden, I tell you. This isn't the time, old Jochen. We must keep calm. Stellt euch vor, die Leute nennen euch Old Jochen. Oder ihr würdet mich Old Yoshiko, alte Yoshiko nennen oder so. Das wäre ja furchtbar. Thank you for your time today, lads. I'll be moving along now. I've had enough of wandering about. Kann ich verstehen. I've never seen him so disheartened, I must say. To think you lads didn't find even a trace. We looked everywhere, Mrs. Marlene. The peaks, the lake. Heinrich and Tristan even followed the path to Primeldorf. We ought to give it another try first thing. I found it! I found it! I found the horse! It's right outside! What are you saying, Maggie? It's the truth! It's lying on the ground! It's alive? Is it alive? Take us to it, Lassie. Oha. Oha! Sieht aus wie besessen. My word! Oh, the poor thing. Good grief, it's nearly dead. What do you make of it, Eugene? He's exhausted. I'd say you run here, but the looks of it. No, that can't be. We've only just made it back. We would have found him or hurt him or... I must say I'm at a loss, lads. They were hack-ridden, not two ways about it. Look at it, gasping for breath, ill. Look at its eyes. Keep calm, old Jochen. Think you can nurse him back to health, Eugene? I'm taking him back to the stables right now. I'll lend a hand, Eugene. You fools ought not to touch that horse. Lord knows what the witch has done to it. Come now, lads, let's go fetch him some water. Oh yeah. He must have broken free from wherever he was being kept, I suppose. Broke off the reins and ran back to Kieferberg. I can't think of. Nonsense, Bernard. I'll have it set right here, right now, folks. It's very best you show some restraint, old Jochen. This isn't... Old Stefan warned us about this. Oh nein, nicht das schon wieder. Oh no, oh not this old Stefan knows nonsense again, you old fool. Ja, das dachte ich mir auch gerade. We need to keep calm, folks. Arguing about this won't. Have you no memory of this words, Hans, Gustav? He spoke of the ill fortune we'd have of the witch, of folks' livelihoods slipping through their fingers. Livelihoods? Old Stefan was a tormented lad on his deathbed, old Jochen. There is worse to come, folks. Mark my words. What are we to do with him, Father? Just wait for him to tire himself out. That's all we can do. Come on, folks. Let's head back to town. Oh yeah. Was dem Pferd wohl passiert ist. Things are starting to get a little out of hand, aren't they? Schon ein bisschen. Eine Intermission. That's not even the worst of it, sadly. Did anything else happen, Mr. Finn? You ought to have seen it, Elise. There was horseshoes scattered about the logging camp. Dozens of them. Dozens? Eugene had 3 horses taken. That's only a dozen. I could feel the hair stand up the base of my neck. So whoever took them also removed their shoes. I can't think of a reason to do such a thing, in all honesty. It's a rather strange thing to do, isn't it? I'd wager it's a wandering thief of some sort. What would you make to the saddled pig then, Guido? Mockery, Finn. What else could it be? What we ought to do, Guido, is give Eugene all of our support. I understand it's painful to watch and a mystery in itself, but it's clear this is affection. Mr. Gustav? Okay. Haben wir noch Essen? Ja, wir haben noch ein Brot. Okay. Dann machen wir das hier. Ah, Elise. Anything but this wretched game, Jacob. How did you know? That's all you lot ever want to do. Oh, I was hoping to keep Grüne distracted. Nein, das machen wir nicht. Wir machen was anderes. Weil da waren die echt schlecht drin. Can't help but feel guilty. Ja, tut mir leid. Wir machen das. Oh, Elise, feeling the pressure, Mrs. Elinda. Aren't we all? I hate to ask, but could you fetch me some apples, dear? Klar. I'll be on my way. Thank you, Elise. I have my hands full with supper, you see. Oh no, was habe ich getan? Jetzt sind wir tot. Ich wollte nicht Ja drücken. Oh oh. Obwohl, wir haben 3 Herzen. Das müsste sich das ausgehen. It's raining apples. A und D soll das sein. Okay. 1. Wow. Wow. Nein. Nein. Stück. Wow. Wah, wah. Aua, ah. Shoot. Okay. So. 130 Stück. Boah. Rang A. Oh mein Gott. Nice. Das ist sehr schön. Es gibt noch Rang S, habe ich gesehen in den Achievements, aber hey. You win. Oh, wir haben nicht nur gepasst, wir haben gewonnen. Oh, this is just what I needed, Elise. Thank you so much, my dear. Of course, Mrs. Linda. Thank you. Oh nein, wir sind tot. Wir sind trotzdem tot. Oh no. Da müssen wir das halt nochmal... Oh nein, wann haben wir das letzte Mal gespeichert? Oh no. Oh no. Ich hätte öfter speichern sollen. Na gut. Oh. Wir skippen das jetzt alles mal durch. Ja. Wir konnten aber auch nicht speichern, oder? Eieiei. Chicken Friendly. Mal gucken, ob wir diesmal besser sind. Au! Au! Nein! Okay. Au! Au! Oh je, okay. 29. Rang B. Ich glaube, wir waren vorher auch Rang B. Dann geht's. Dann geht das ja. Okay. Wir essen jetzt unser Brot. Oh, den Task machen wir aber noch. Dafür haben wir coole Sachen bekommen. Also, so ein Öl haben wir dafür bekommen. Das ziemlich teuer ist. So. Ach, jetzt müssen wir trotzdem nochmal mit der reden. Ah, okay. Wow. La 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 la. So. Nice. So. Skip. Ja. Skip. La. Ich liebe es übrigens, dass das Spiel so eine Mischung aus Visual Novel ist und man trotzdem noch relativ viel machen kann. Ich finde, das ist sehr gut gelungen. Ich werde auf jeden Fall noch was dazu sagen, wie ich es fand dann am Ende. Aber wie gesagt, ich bin eh vorbelastet. Weil ich da jahrelang darauf gewartet habe, dass es erscheint. So. Trotz allem würde ich sagen, machen wir nur noch die Nacht jetzt durch und am nächsten Morgen machen wir Schluss, weil es einfach schon super spät ist und ich morgen früh raus muss. Und ja. Mir war eh klar, dass wir es heute nicht schaffen. Das ist ein sehr langes Spiel. Wir haben jetzt nicht mal die Hälfte vielleicht. Wir sind ja beim Dienstag. Wir müssen bis zum Sonntag nochmal durchhalten. Sagen die so? Spare me, Elma. What's going on here? Elma's giving in to old Jochen's nonsense, Elise. All I'm saying is that folks need closure. It doesn't matter who's truly behind this. We need answers. You think we need to believe in the witch to get closure? I can't agree with that, Elma. If it's closure folks need, then we best make certain it's the good kind. I just don't see how we'll ever make sense of this, Heinrich. Not like this, Elma. Definitely not like this. Okay. Oh, Elise, won't you talk some sense into Marlene for me? You old folks are truly so stubborn. What's wrong? Marlene here is criticizing my sleeping habits of all things. Why not worry about my tremors instead, Marlene? I have good reasons to worry, I'd say. Are you having trouble sleeping at night, Mrs. Mechthilde? On the contrary, lass, I get my fair share of sleep. With all these going on, old Mechthilde, I am well aware what it is you're afraid of, Marlene. Why, it's not the witch, if that's what you are saying. You do tend to wander about in the evenings, Mrs. Mechthilde. But not you too, Elise. Nun. Da, einmal speichern.